You're back with the crossover with Marlon Jones and Armon Williams.
All right, welcome back. The crossover with Marlon Jones, Armon Williams, KDUS 1060. Subscribe and follow us on our social media accounts on both our YouTube channel as well as our Facebook page at the crossover 1060. So that's at the crossover 1060. And we are here live at Augusta Ranch Golf Club at Scratch Bar, 2401 South Lansing Mesa. So come on out and enjoy some great golf. It's a beautiful day for golf. Like I said, it's an absolutely perfect day for golf. Come on down at the Scratch Bar and hang out with us, watch some football, have some libations, some appetizers, some food. Right here at the Augusta Ranch Golf Club. Again, that's at Scratch Bar, 2401 South Lansing Mesa. And we are back here, Marlon Jones and myself, at Scratch Bar with Crazy Tracy, Ting Yu. And Crazy Tracy, you brought us a friend that's he's got a pick, a hell of a pick.
Well, yeah, I mean, here's the deal. I'm 0 for 2 on my last 5-star picks, guys, so I had to go deep. FanDuel Player of the Week 2 weeks ago. They announced it, put it on their website. Big G out of Chicago, Wolfgang Puck's grandson, came to town to give us his 5-star, maybe 7-star pick of the week. Big G, what do you got for this afternoon you want to give off?
This is what I got. I'm personally going to call this a 10-star because that's how I roll. But I'll tell you right now, don't bring your IKEA car payment to the window. Don't do that. I need mortgage payment. I need 2 mortgage payments. It's worth the late fee here, fellas. That's what I'm talking about right now. Okay? You take everything but the drug money, because if it doesn't come in, you're going to need the drugs. All right, so here we go. This is what we're going to do. It started at 7.5. The number's now gone down to 6.5. This is what we're going to do. We are going to pound, and I mean pound, lunch money, everything on it. North Carolina, minus 6.5. Put it in. Go do laundry. Go wash your car. Fill up your tank and head to the window because it's a winner.
That's what we do, folks.
There you go.
Crazy
North
Tracy
Carolina.
brings them in.
Now, lay it down, folks. North Carolina.
North Carolina, you got every dollar you got. Big G says put it on it. 10-star pick of the week. That's all we got from Big G. They're playing Minnesota in North Carolina. Dre, he's going to be throwing that ball, slinging it around, and obviously we think he was a Heisman hopeful. Didn't have a great first couple performances, but I look for him to break out today and get us going. Wisconsin with another score. They're up 14 now, almost covering our first play of the day.
Yeah, and looking at the scoreboard real quick here on Saturday, September 16th, you got Florida State. They're comfortably up over Boston College, 31-10. You got Penn State. They're beating Illinois, number 7 Penn State. Nittany Lions beating the Illini 16-7 here in the 8:14 to go in the third quarter. You also got LSU, Mississippi State. LSU is pounding Mississippi State 34-17 as we expected that they would. Also, you got Kansas State. Now they're in a tight one over Missouri. They're in the lead right now, but it's 24-20. They're just beating. They're holding on to that lead against Missouri. Missouri with the ball here with 12 minutes and 47 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter, and then you got Utah. They're battling it out. It's early on. It's first quarter. About 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter, but they're battling out with Weber State. They're up 7-0. And then Notre Dame. They're on the Peacock Network, and right now they're scoreless against Central Michigan. That game just kicked off. They're about 3 minutes into that game. And then, of course, you got South Carolina against number 1 team in the country, Georgia. That's on CBS Sports. That's a 12:30 kickoff here. And then Alabama, they got South Florida, so they're probably going to take their frustrations out on South Florida and beat the Tar Nations out of them. And then we got Oregon State. They're facing San Diego State. They're actually a 24.5-point favorite over San Diego State, so SDSU, maybe this is a down year for them.
Are we just going to ignore the fact that he said that's Wolfgang Puck's grandson?
Yeah.
Are we just going to act like that? We didn't hear that?
That was no big deal, huh?
Are we just going to act here like...
he sounded like, he said Wolfgang Puck, but he sounded more like Wolf Jack. Like Wolfman Jack.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
right, okay.
Well, we're just going to sit here and act like, a descendant of one of the best chefs.
One of the greatest, yeah.
It was just sitting
5-star, like 4 or 5-star Michelin chef. Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah, no, that was that. He brought the energy, didn't he?
Yeah.
He brought the energy.
Well, being a friend of Tracy's.
And who knows how many libations he has in him.
And, FanDuel Player of the Week, so he obviously puts his money where his mouth is.
Absolutely.
and it's successful with him.
And you heard it. He said lay it down 6.5 over on North Carolina.
He said spend all but your drug money because you may need it.
Your drug money. Yep. That was funny. But hey, we're talking a little bit about Primetime, about Coach Prime and Jay Norvell. Obviously, Primetime. It was looked like this Colorado State game looked like to some people that they thought it would be a trap game. And Tracy, he likes, he's not that comfortable with Colorado as far as the point spread is concerned. But and as we're talking, Marlon Jones just went ahead and put on his shades.
That's right. I'm ready. It's personal.
Yeah, it's personal. But yeah, Jay Norvell popped off at the mouth and apparently gave the Primetime Coach Prime and his Colorado Buffaloes more ammunition than they probably needed. Here's basically the interaction between Jay Norvell and Deion's response.
I don't care if they hear it in Boulder. I told them I took my hat off and I took my glasses off, and I said, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me.
They done messed around and made it what? It was just going to be a good game. And made this they done messed around and made it personal. It was going to be a great test, a battle of Colorado, but they done messed around and made it personal.
So that was Jay Norvell with his comments, popping off at the mouth, and then of course Primetime with his, hey man, it's personal now. They just gave us more ammunition than what we probably needed.
You nailed it on the head the first time. I thought that week 3 for Deion, prior to Jay Norvell opening his mouth,
right,
was to see how he would be able to prepare for an opponent that they should have no problem beating.
Right.
But not looking ahead to the week 4 opponent, which they got to go to Autzen up in Oregon.
Right.
So it's a classic trap game.
Yeah,
100%.
It was absolutely set up.
100%.
Perfectly set up for a trap game.
And it's no longer a trap game.
No. They gave them that ammunition, so now, they could have overlooked them, and they probably would have beaten them comfortably, and Jay Norvell would gone on, and they probably would have been very conciliatory towards him.
Right.
But now they're going to try to probably lay 70 on him.
And Deion was very complimentary towards him.
And still was, even after the fact.
Well, that's just the type of person Deion is, despite what everybody else thinks of him. But that's just the type of individual he is. But to sit there and smack a dog that's laying there for no reason.
Right.
For no reason. Yeah. And then look incredulously like, why did I get bit?
Right.
Why did that dog bite me? I didn't. It was just laying there. If you were left it alone,
don't poke a sleeping tiger or wake a slumbering dragon.
Folks have to understand and realize that type of stuff. They try to do it. They got a little bit taste of it. When he was with Jackson State,
right?
Those coaches try to, say stuff. You ain't swag, whatever. We saw what Deion turned into that.
Right, and I think that was actually Eddie Robinson.
Eddie Robinson,
son.
His
son that said, "You ain't swag, man. You ain't swag."
And we saw how that turned out.
Yeah, that didn't turn out well for them.
Did not turn out well.
No. So yeah, I don't understand why you would do something like that, but he did. It's going to be interesting. He just basically he actually gave more followers for Prime. He put more eyes on that game by that statement. More people are going to watch the game than probably would have prior to that. I don't know if that was intentional on his part. I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know if certainly don't think that it's going to work out in his favor, because they're probably going to get embarrassed more than what they were before before the bulletin board material. But he definitely heightened the game just that much more. He gave them something to talk about, and gave Primetime an opportunity to go ahead and talk about it and share it with his team, get his team just that much more fuel to the fire, as well as I guess the positive. If you're going to look at it on the bright side, his kids got a new pair of shades. His football team.
The entire program.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal. Deion's a marketing genius.
Oh, he's absolutely a marketing genius. Like, we keep going back to the ESPN, the college game day. He broke out a pair of sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
Gave some to Dwayne Rock Johnson. A Miami guy from the U that came out to support Deion Sanders Primetime. He's also going to be bringing up just escalating like the celebrity appeal. You're going to have celebrities showing up at Boulder, Colorado, showing up at his games, hanging out at the sidelines, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Put a pair of those sunglasses on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It was funny, but it was great promotion for him, his program, for his brand of shades. I mean, the dude just can't do no wrong right now when it comes to like branding and marketing himself.
And that's just the way it is. That's just the way Deion is. If you're an opposing coach, don't be jealous or hateful of all the attention or all that what Deion's getting.
Right.
To where you do what Jay did, open your mouth and just say something out of frustration. That's the way Deion's always been. It was that way at Jackson State. Deion said, I've always been him. The spotlights are nothing to me. I've had spotlights on me.
Right.
The bright lights have been with me since Pop Warner.
He's that guy.
Since Pop Warner.
Been that guy. He's always been that guy, yeah.
I took a helicopter to the World Series.
Right. In between a football game, played for the Atlanta Falcons, and then took a helicopter and flew out to play for the Braves. Yeah.
You think he's really gonna be concerned about what a head coach? Come on, man. Why would you do that?
He was made for this, man.
He was
tailor-made for it, man. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. The Colorado State, fortunately for them, Jay Norvell, they're probably going to get boat raced, but it's making great television, man. And personally, I don't know if anybody out there in a long time that I've seen brand themselves as well as primetime ads. Will be interesting. All right, coming up next, we're going to go ahead and put a bow on this show as we go ahead and close things out right here on the Crossover KDUS 1060. Don't go anywhere, folks.